All right, let's get started. I'm so excited about this. Thanks, guys, for hopping on with me tonight. And if you're catching the replay, that's okay. Um, I'm really excited. I actually have like a 5 week series where I'm just going to do one 30-minute training a week. And again, like the goal is to help somebody else hit Jade. And if you're watching this, you've probably hit Jade, right? Although I am going to put this on our YouTube, so you might catch this another time and you have not hit Jade, and that's okay. Um, but we're going to talk about what is hands down the number one most important skill in network marketing, and that is the art of inviting. And I actually had this set up before I knew that we were going to be doing a separate training with Jen Dowd on the art of inviting. So I was like, this is so beautiful because it's the same vein. The goal is for you to hear the same things no matter where you go. Because here's the thing that I discovered early on in network marketing. I would say, no, maybe not that early, actually. Maybe it took me a couple of years to figure out. I always thought there was some secret that the people at the top weren't telling us. I always thought that. Now I'm an eternal skeptic, probably to my fault. I always think there's a hidden agenda. Somebody's trying to do something. They're trying to keep something from, right? Like I'm always like that. And so when I first got into network marketing, I really thought, what is the secret? How are they having this level of success? And I'm not. What they're not telling us, their secrets. Well, now that I am where I am, I will tell you there absolutely is no secret. And here's the thing, it would make no sense to hold on to that secret because we want our teams to grow, right? Like we want our teams to grow. We want people who come join us to grow, right? And that's how you guys feel too. And so what we're going to do is this is going to be a quick 30-minute training. We're going to deep dive into the art of training. At the end of this, I want you to really feel in your gut that inviting, I want you to know more than anything else that inviting is the number one skill that moves your business. That is it. If you don't post, if you don't, get your reels up, you're not in your stories, that is okay. If you master the skill of inviting, you will make an insane amount of money in network marketing. So, I want to kind of tell you like, the most important thing in this entire thing is the size of your business, and if I'm just looking down, I'm just referring to my notes. The size of your business is determined by one number, and that is how many people you talk to and how many people you invite to look at what we do. That is it. That is the only determining factor. Not how much you know, not how good you are at explaining the products or explaining the comp plan, not how polished your posts are, just how many conversations and how many invites are you actually getting out there on the daily, on the weekly. Everything we're going to train on in these 5 weeks, because we started a little bit late, and that's okay. But every single one of these trainings, presenting, following up, coaching your new person, none of that is going to matter if we don't have people in the pipeline. You always have to have a pipeline. Now, sometimes you're going to have one person in that pipeline. Sometimes, and if you were on our team Zoom last night, you're probably, regardless of when you're watching this, our team Zoom last night, Tina talked about how she didn't recruit one person. I've had those months too where I didn't recruit one person. And then the next month, because I was always working on that pipeline, I would recruit 10, 15 people, or even 2 people. But there were fruitions coming in because of the pipeline that I built. Inviting is what fills the pipeline. It's the one skill that if you get good at it, it will cover for all the rest of your weaknesses, which is actually really encouraging, frankly, because we all have them, right? Where are we weak elsewhere in our business? But if you always have a pipeline of people that you're choosing to invite, it'll cover up for all the rest of the places that we're just not as strong. It's the one skill that if you skip it, no amount of talent anywhere else is going to save your business. And the sooner that you can get that into the brain of your brand new person, the better. Not to be negative. We want them to be excited because we're excited. But if they think, and how many of you guys have heard your new person or you've heard other people say, well, I haven't been doing good at posting. They really think that posting is what moves the needle, right? It feels the safest. It feels very much I don't have to have real conversations with real people. Right? If I just throw a post up there, then they're going to get in my inbox. Except I will tell you that I have maybe recruited one person from a post in my whole career that didn't require a conversation and me getting them in front of the tools, inviting them to look at a tool, a video, a testimony group. It has to come down to the invite, right? It is literally the only skill that you need to be really good at. Otherwise, it'll break everything else. Everything else breaks. So, what inviting actually is, okay? Inviting is not selling, okay? We're not trying to convince anyone of anything on this invite. We're making an offer and we're letting them decide. That is it. Our only job is to get them in front of a tool. Sometimes we put a lot of weight on ourselves because we think that how we say it, or did we put a lot of weight on their response, right? But you're just making an offer and letting them decide. That's it. Your only job is to get them in front of the tool, a video, a testimony group, not to close them. You don't need to worry about closing them. Your goal is to just invite to get them in front of the tool, okay? You also don't have to be an expert, which is very relieving, right? There are still things, I've been here over 4 years. There are still things like I got asked to speak at some of our regional events just a couple of days ago, and she's like, just send me your slide deck. It has to use this format. And I started sweating. I was like, I don't know how to do that. No, maybe I won't have slides. I don't know how to do that, Marianne. Um, I'm not good at certain types of media. I'm not good at having the best script to reach out to people with, right? None of that actually matters because I don't have to be the expert. I just have to get people in front of the tool. The biggest single fear that most brand new people have is that I don't know enough yet, right? We've probably all thought that. And you don't need to. They don't need to. Your job is to point somebody to something or someone else that does the explaining. A video, testimony group, your upline, right? My business shifted when I started getting really good at three-way chats, where I got really good at edifying my upline that I was bringing into that chat. I got really good at making that move faster, where my ego would say, I can do this. I can handle this over here. I don't actually need to bring her in. I think I can close it myself. The fact is, I actually can close most myself. And sometimes it happens before I even need to get to that three-way chat. But using a three-way chat can be a huge benefit to your business. That also helps you not feel like you have to know everything. You're saying, let me introduce you to somebody who knows a little more than me, who has a different experience. She's been here a little longer. I'm still learning all the ropes here. That helps you not look like a weak leader. It looks like somebody who has support. People want to join people in this industry who have support. How many of you guys have either been in network marketing or know people in network marketing who say that they joined and their upline just left? Stop talking to them, stopped engaging with them, stopped inviting them to things, and they were left to figure it out on their own, and that was what took them out of the game. So if they're already right out of the chute understanding that they have layers of leadership, they have multiple people in their corner, that's huge. The other thing is that this is a numbers game, which is such good news, right? It kind of takes the pressure off every single conversation. Not everybody's going to say yes. And that's not failure. That's just math. And if you look at it that way, where you're less hung up on the no and more like, okay, moving on to the next one. If my mentality is always, I'm just going to keep inviting more people. If I hang my hat on any one person, I'm guaranteed to be disappointed 100% of the time. Right? It takes a certain number of invites to get a certain number of yeses. Then every invite, even the ones that get a no, is still progress. The people who win in this business are not the ones with the best pitch. They're the ones who talk to the most people. I remember when I first joined network marketing, probably my second year, I did some coaching with a guy named Ray Higdon, who has done incredible things in this industry. He's one of the best trainers. And he's kind of coming back into that now, which I'm really grateful for. But he had said that when he first got in network marketing, his goal every single day was to get 100 no's, not 100 yeses. How many people could I get to say no to me? Because he knew that every no got him closer to the yes. How many of us actually think like that? Sometimes sending 5 messages makes me want to take a nap, right? Like, I don't want to send, how many messages do I have to send to get 100 no's? Because how many people are ignoring my message? They never get it, right? Especially now with Facebook rules. If we're not friends, they're not seeing it. Most people don't even know they have an others folder, right? And so you can send a lot of messages, but if they're not, can you imagine how many messages you would have to send to get 100 no's? That's what he did. And he went from making no money to $1 million in 1 year because that's what he did. It put him on the map. I'm not doing that. I'm not taking that action. Why not? Like, truly, if that was my goal every month, I'm pretty sure I could message however many, math's not my strong suit, however many people a day to get 200 people messaged in a month, right? The goal is not to get them to say yes. The goal is to get really good at the invite. You're not trying to convince someone in the invite themselves. You're trying to get a real answer. Yes, no, or not right now. So you know what to do next because every response is still a direction. No, no does not mean never. It just means not right now. I've had people who've been very aggressively no to me. And 6 months later, their lives shifted and they desperately needed something. Maybe it was my product, maybe it was the business. I didn't burn that bridge and I didn't make it personal. That made all the difference in the world. I was like, I understand, no worries at all. We'll stay in touch. Like, I wish you the best. And I didn't shut the door and I didn't make it about me. It was just another check mark. Okay, I messaged that girl. She wasn't ready. And I moved to the next one. Chasing people who won't give you an answer is exhausting and unnecessary. Don't keep chasing people that ignore you. Just find a new person to message. Even if they say no, that's a response. And it's just an indicator of where they're at, which I really love. Okay, so the invite formula is what I kind of want to highlight next. So for those of you that kind of hopped on late, one thing I just want to briefly highlight again is what we were saying in the very, very beginning. The most important thing that you're ever going to learn in this business is that the size of your business is determined by one number, and that's how many people you talk to and how many you invite to look at what we do. That is it. If you're bad at everything else, but you get really good at messaging people and inviting them, you absolutely are going to make a lot of money here. Absolutely. There are days that my posts look terrible. I'm racking my brain with what to come up with. I'm sure we've all had those days, right? I've literally considered the 90 days of social media content because I'm like, I'm drawing a blank. Like, I got nothing today. I want to get something out there. But I do know how to go into Messenger and send a message. My business can build regardless of what my profile looks like. And so can yours. So let's talk a little bit. I want to give you guys the invite formula. Okay. It's a four-part invite formula. Okay. So the first thing you want to do, and I brought this up last night on our team, our results room, is to compliment or connect. Okay. Give a genuine or specific compliment or connection to them. That can take 2 seconds on their profile. If you've never met them before, it doesn't matter. Look at their profile. You can find something, right? And if their profile is on massive lockdown, that might not be the person to message. Because they're going to have to open it up a little bit. So compliment or connect. The second part is permission or the curiosity hook. Can I ask you something? Random question. Like, hey girl, I've been thinking about you. Or hey, I saw your post the other day. Or hey, make that connection and then say, can I ask you something real quick? Or I have a really random question for you. That's the second part. The third part is the offer. Make it soft, not pushy. Edified to a tool, an overview. I'm part of this incredible testimony group that I literally cannot unsee what I'm seeing in there. I don't even know if you need help with anything. I know that I'm in my mid-40s and I need help with lots of things. Can I get you in there? Can I add you? If they say no, who cares? Started that conversation. Invite them to the overview. And this is one thing that is missed the most when they do agree. They agree to get on a Zoom, watch a video, get in a testimony group. You have to set a specific time to reconnect. You cannot say, okay, girl, you just let me know. Those are death words. The conversation's over. But if you set up a specific time, I do this whether they watch a video, I do this whether I add them to the testimony group, if we're on an overview together, that makes it easier because I'm immediately in their inbox after I saw them on there. Or they didn't see them on there. I'm still in their inbox immediately after. Set a time. When do you think you could check the group out? I just want to make sure I'm checking back in with you. Like, I'm freaking out about what I'm seeing in there. I'm tagging you in like 15 things. They're going to feed off your excitement. People will join you if for no other reason than you are freaking excited about what you have your hands on. Truly. They'll look at what you're doing if you're that excited, even if they don't really understand what's going on. That is truly human nature. It truly is. You get to control that. So that is the fourth step. Make a very clear next step. Okay. Now, I did have Claude help me come up with, it actually gave me some great warm market examples, cold market examples, an edification line. I won't read through all of these, but I will upload them to the chat for you to utilize and just put them in ChatGPT. Have it make it sound more like you. Again, the goal is always the tool. Get them in front of a video. We've got so many recorded. Get them on an overview. Get them in the testimony group. Let the tool work every single time. Brand new people really feel like they can't invite because they don't know enough. I have an edification line in here that is beautiful for you to be able to use and teach your new people to do as well. I'm still really new at this, but I've got somebody on my team who is incredible at walking through it. Can I connect you to? I'll be honest, I don't always ask. Sometimes I just add. Just be like, girl, I want you to get all the questions answered the best way. I haven't been here long. I've been here long enough to make some good money, but I don't have all the answers. I'm going to bring my friend in. She's this, that, or whatever. And edifying your upline, right? Brand new people feel like they can't invite because they don't know enough, and edification removes that excuse completely. You're never asking somebody to trust your personal expertise. You're asking them to trust a tool or the leader. That's it. And most people will. We think about things as network marketers because that's what we're doing, but the average person out there doesn't think that way. Think about something you know very little about. And if somebody got in your inbox and was like, I can't even think of a thing. I don't know. I'm blanking. Something that they were like, I keep thinking about you. I think you would freaking love this. Can I add you to my group? First of all, I'm like, okay, sure. You think I would like, okay, yes, I'm in. I don't even know what we're talking about. Sounds great. You thought of me, and then you get me in front of somebody who has even more information. Now, I am an eternal skeptic. So I'm going to be like, what are you trying to sell me? What are you trying to get in my wallet for? Most people are not like me. They're trusting enough that they were going to have a conversation. And that's the difference. Teach your new people that it is phenomenal. It is one of the best skills they can learn to bring you in on conversations, bring in your upline on conversations. That's going to relieve a lot of that stress for them. So we're going to do this together really quickly. So I want you to pick one real person. And I know a lot of us have probably been inviting today already to the overview. One real person, somebody in your warm market, and write an invite out right now. We're going to invite them to the overview happening in 40 minutes. And that feels weird, right? It's 40 minutes. People are eating. They already have plans for the night. We're going to send a straight up message. I guess you could send an email, but they probably won't see it. And I want you to use those 4 things, and we're going to quick send one about the overview tonight. Just be like, hey, I know this is last minute, but I keep thinking about you. And you can say no, it's fine. But I'm doing this. I'm going to be on a Zoom happening in 45 minutes, and I cannot stop thinking about you. Would you hop on with me? Like, this business is changing my life. Would you just listen in? Our warm market can sometimes be our hardest market. They truly can be. I got roasted the most from my warm market. They were also the first ones to join my business. So let's do that. Let's take 2 minutes, quick send one out. And then we'll close it up because I want to keep us on task. So let's take 2 minutes. I should play some music or something. All right, let's do one more minute. All right. Did you get one send out? I actually sent two. They were already on my list, so I kind of cheated. Does anybody want to share the message that they sent?
I mean, I don't want to, but I will.
No, share it, and then we can kind of like talk about it.
Okay. This is to a lead that I had been talking to before, and she kind of went quiet. Um, but it was one of those things, like you said, like she said, that's pretty cool. I'll check it out. And then I heard nothing from her,
Yeah.
even though kept
Yeah.
trying to interact with her. So I said, hi, Allison, I've been thinking about you and wondering if you are still thinking about our biz opportunity. I know this is last minute, but are you busy in about 30 minutes? We have a Zoom happening where my team leader, Sarah, will be covering all the deets on the products in the biz. I would love to see you on there. Will you be available? Just to listen, no pressure at all. I just want you to see what this company has done for me already.
Oh, that's good. That's a great one. I really like that. And I actually think that sometimes just a shorter notice is helpful.
Yeah,
Like, really, because then sometimes she knows if she's busy in 30 minutes. And if it's me and I'm sitting here, I'm like, I could absolutely hop on in 30 minutes, you know? So
yeah.
that's really good. I like that. Although, side note, Sonara's doing tonight. She's going to do it
Oh,
instead of me
whoops.
tonight. But still, it's okay.
She doesn't know.
She doesn't know. No, she doesn't know. How about you, Jess? Do you want to share?
Sure.
So this was somebody who I sent like the Sizzler video to last
Yeah.
week. So she said, "Hey Jackie, hope you had a fantastic weekend and that your son had an awesome birthday. I wanted to invite you to an info sesh starting soon if you can make it. There'll be a ton of people on there, so you can just come be a fly on the wall, center the Zoom." The
That's
links.
so good.
Yeah.
Because it does. It just relieves the pressure, you
Yeah.
know? Like, oh, I don't have to have somebody was like, "Oh, I'm not going to be dressed to get on a Zoom." I'm like, "This isn't a work.
Yeah.
You can you can just sit there in your pajamas and drink your wine. Nobody
I
knows."
always make sure they know like they're not
Yeah.
going to get called on because I think people freak
Right.
out about doing live
Right.
Zooms. I'm like, you're fine.
Right. Like, who's this random girl? Hey, turn on your camera, lady.
Yeah.
Right. No, that's so good. Jen or Ashley, do you guys want to share anything? And it's okay, you don't have to. I do have some we can quick go through like some common fears that people hit. But those are both really good, guys. I love it. I mean, I would send it to more, honestly. Like if you have a few others to follow up with, this is a great time to send it. I would totally do that. Um, we'll quick go over just a couple of things that people kind of think about, and then we'll be done. When they're doing this, they get afraid of somebody saying no to them. A no to the business is not a no to you as a person. Always remember that. This isn't about you as a person. So don't own that. Don't take that personal. Okay. It is a numbers game, like we already talked about. It just means you're closer to a yes. Every single person at the top of this company, at the top of this industry, has heard a lot of no's before they heard any yeses. If you what if they ask you questions you don't know the answer to? That's okay. You don't have to answer anything. I always acknowledge that and be like, that's such a great question. I'm going to get you in a three-way chat with my upline because there's still stuff I'm figuring out. Or send a video or direct to a tool, right? You don't have to personally explain every single question they have. Use your resources for sure. What if people think you're that person pushing something? Most of the time that comes from our own mental space, not theirs. But the invite formula is intentionally soft and low pressure. So those 4 points I gave, they're soft and low pressure. They're genuine, casual. There's no strings involved. Like you both of you guys sharing, like those were perfect, honestly. The people who feel salesy are usually the ones who over explain everything, not the ones that just give like a short little snippet. How many people do I actually need to invite? More than feels comfortable. That's normal. It's going to feel very uncomfortable because you have to do something you've never done to get a result you've never had. The goal is not perfection, it's reps. It's just like going to the gym. The daily DMO goal, which is 2 new conversations a day, which is pinned in our chat, it exists specifically so this becomes a habit, not a big scary thing. Not where you're like, my God, I got to message 30 people today, I'm going to pass out. No, just 2. Just start with 2 because pretty soon you'll find yourself. And if you've been doing this already, you probably have found yourself in kind of a good groove, like a good rhythm. Like, I'm going to keep sending these out. Like, this feels great. I got leads in my stories. I got this person who commented or liked or loved on a post. I've got this over here. I got lots of people I can message. So, the goal this week, before we meet next week, is to keep up with doing 2 new conversations a day. Regardless, if you're traveling, this is me too, because we have the tool. They don't have to be on a live overview. We can send them a video, right? You don't have to do 2 presentations or 2 signups or 2 new customers, just 2 invites. That's it. And remember, as you're sharing this with your new people, this is the exact same skill you're going to tell them. This is it. Let them know, hey, this is Jess. I just saw that in your team chat where you personally invited so many people today. Like that encourages them, like, oh, this is the skill I need to be doing, right? Help them with their invites. Ask them, do you need help with a script on how to reach out to somebody? I'll help you. And then seriously, you guys, like as you're doing that, put that in our chat, put that in the Jade chat because it encourages other people who maybe have even felt like it's the 11th of the month. This whole month got away from me already. And I know we have a ton of time left, but people can get easily discouraged, especially when they're new. So every time you have a win, it's not bragging, it's encouraging the group. You're like, this is what I did today, guys. If you haven't sent messages today, just send 2. because that really will help boost people as well. And I want it to be visible. I want your wins to be visible for not just you, but for others who are running that same race. Okay. So that's really it. I'm excited. This truly is like the best skill you can learn to do. If you make it a part of your everyday, I'm telling you, the next 6 months will blow your socks off. Because it's a numbers game and it stacks. It always stacks. So, all right, guys. Any questions before we pop off? And I will upload this into our, I'm going to put it on YouTube and our team YouTube. If you do not have access to that one, then when I upload this, save that YouTube because I'm going to put it on the team YouTube and we put all the trainings we record on there. So that's a great place for resource. Yeah, I know. You didn't even know, did you?
I didn't know. And by the way, girl, your face is glowing.
Really?
It
You know
really
what?
is.
I actually did. Okay, I am trying to order glutathione and I'm having a heck of a time. I started putting tallow on my face.
Yeah, I had that too.
I mean, I'm drinking
Yeah.
a lot of Glow too,
Yeah.
but like
Okay.
that makes a difference. But I started putting tallow on my face and I'm kind of liking it. So see if I
It's
stick with
working
that.
for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Well, we'll see you 30 minutes. I'll repost that in the chat too, for the overview. But thanks for hopping on and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Thanks, Sarah.
Bye. Thank
Bye, guys.
you.
Bye.